Hello, good evening and welcome to Prime Business. I am Pius Kojo Baka. Finance Minister Dr. Atuforsen is set to present the media review of the 2025 budget estimates to Parliament tomorrow, and the minister will use the presentation to highlight the work that the new administration has done to firmly stabilize the economy. The minister will also seek to draw the contrast in what they took over and the current state of the economy. Dr. Atuforsen will also indicate government's commitment to exercise the needed fiscal discipline in the coming months to the end of the year. Meanwhile, the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors has renewed calls for the government to review some of the taxes on petroleum products. Dr. Patrick Ofori is the Chief Executive of the Chamber of Oil Distributors.
All the taxes and levies that are on the main white products, petrol and diesel, we expect that the government move the same taxes on MGOs, marine gas oil, so that people don't adulterate or misdirect these fuel from the sell sites into our filling station that you and I may end up buying, and it may have a ripple effect on our car engines. And basically, because when you check the gap between the taxes on these products, there is that economic incentive for anybody who wants to involve in any form of illicit activity. And we're hoping that with this measure coming in, the government will rake in more revenues, and that will even help with special initiatives for our brothers in the coastal areas or the fishing communities as a way of reverse community investment that will benefit everybody, and not a situation whereby a few cartel that runs the premise business are the ones who hold on, and it doesn't even get to the fishermen, and yet they buy engine oils and others to blend at even a high cost to them.
Away from the media budget, in just a day after being sworn in as Member of Parliament for Ablekuma North, Irabna Obin has been appointed a member of the Board of Directors of the Ghana Shippers Authority. She is part of a 13-member board chaired by Mike Hammer. In his address, Minister for Transport Joseph Nikwe charged the members to find solutions to complaints of high dummy charges and ensure a reduction of transactional costs at the ports.
The board is chaired by former Minister for Transport and former Member of Parliament for Futu, Mike Allen Hammer. Other members include Professor Ransford Jampo, CEO of the Ghana Shippers Authority, Nathaniel Amonu Wilson, Alex Mensah, Brigadier General Paul Seydou Tanya Kolonu, Adjoa Obobia Darko Opoku, and the newly sworn-in Member of Parliament for Ablekuma North, Irabna Obin. Addressing members of the board, Minister for Transport Joseph Nikwe tasked members to ensure a reduction of transactional costs at the port.
A few key challenges that will stare you in the face as you assume office. 1. Multiple state agencies involved in port procedures and processes leading to high costs of doing business at the port. 2. Complaints of high demurrage charges at the port by shippers. And 3. Taxes on transit cargo. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, these are but a few issues that I entreat the Ghana Shippers Authority Board to endeavor to address during your tenure of office.
In his acceptance speech, Mike Hammer emphasized his commitments to ensure Ghana's ports remain competitive in the sub-region.
Given the important and strategic role that the authority plays in driving growth, innovation and excellence in the shipping industry, my board and I are committed to leveraging our collective expertise and resources to help achieve the organization's goals and objectives.
Other members of the board include Dr. Kamal Dean Ali, Dr. Frederick Apo, Acting CEO of the Ghana Railway Authority, Emilia Esiakwa, First Vice Chair of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Clement Boating, First Vice Chair of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Yao Edujemfi, and Salamatu Fuad.
The Minister for Food and Agriculture, Eric Opoku, has stated that the ministry is taking steps to improve logistics across the agricultural value chain as part of efforts to support the government's Feed Ghana program. Speaking at a ceremony to hand over motorbikes to agricultural extension officers and inaugurate a new board for PBC Share Limited, Mr. Opoku emphasized the government's commitment to improving food production and distribution across the country to reduce prices of foodstuffs.
At a brief ceremony held by the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, the minister presented 150 fleets of motorbikes to agricultural extension officers across the country. The move, according to the ministries, forms part of government commitment to enhancing logistics support and farmer outreach under the flagship Feed Ghana program.
Food prices were ballooning. It went as high as 61%. At the time we assumed office, it has reduced to 32%. Now, when food prices are rising, it's a clear indication that a lot of people are being pushed into abject poverty. And so the question people ask is that why is it that you have all the potential that you require to be able to feed yourself and even feed other countries, yet you are unable to do that? So the Ghanaian agricultural landscape is a paradox, indicating that our food systems are weak. And therefore, there is the need for us to put in place mechanisms to fortify the systems, to make them more responsive, to be able to deliver to the demands and aspirations of our people.
The minister earlier inaugurated a new board for PBC Share Limited with a charge to revitalize operations and improve the company's contribution to the share industry.
It is the finest quality globally, and therefore, the demand for our share butter is so high that we are unable to meet. We are told that currently the global share market is estimated at $2.75 billion United States dollars and is projected to hit $5.58 billion in 2033, indicating that demand for share is spiking globally. But the potential exists here for us to increase production, increase processing, and then take advantage of the huge market out there.
The Feed Ghana program aims to increase food self-sufficiency by investing in agricultural infrastructure, inputs, and logistics. The ministry says improving mobility and strengthening institutions like PBC Share Limited are critical to achieving that goal.
The Ministry of Employment and Labour Relations has officially launched the 7th edition of the Ghana Career and Migration Fair with a renewed call for collaboration to tackle youth unemployment. More in this report.
The Ghana Career and Migration Fair is expected to serve as a major platform connecting job seekers and companies across various sectors. At the launch, Chief Director of the Ministry, Hamid Adakuku, emphasized the importance of stakeholder participation. He urged government agencies and various stakeholders to actively engage in the upcoming fair.
The fair, scheduled to take place on the 17th September 2025, will provide the platform for stakeholders to address the employment needs of the people, especially job seekers, ensuring that they are equipped with the skills, knowledge, opportunities to enter the labor market or migrate for decent employment opportunities outside the country. All stakeholders, governments, private sector, development partners, academicians, and civil society to actively support this agenda, participate and make the most of this initiative. Let us together make this year's Career and Migration Fair super successful.
The fair, an initiative led by the ministry in partnership with the Ghana European Centre and GIZ, aims to promote ethical labour migration, career readiness, and entrepreneurship. Programs manager for GIZ, Kweku Yeboah, encouraged the youth to seek credible sources of information when exploring opportunities internationally.
For last year, the Statistical Service told us a little over 21% of our young people are unemployed, and we are producing well over 300,000 of these graduates into the system almost every year. Ghana is a very small country, you know, and so we have to look outside the country for opportunities. And these opportunities we find not only in the EU, but largely around the world. We are trying to educate the public as well about these regular migration opportunities, and that is why I told you we are building the structures within the existing state institutions so that a job seeker who is looking for opportunity abroad will have to walk to the labor department and not be talking to somebody on the street somewhere in Takoradi who is promising him something he doesn't have himself. So what is new again is that we are bringing to this year a pitch of a sort, an entrepreneurial pitch where awards will be given, including financial support for startups.
Technical advisor for GIZ, Patrick Sechi Wilson, outlined a number of programs and opportunities that will be featured during the main fair.
There will be a high-level panel discussion to open the ceremony up, and then we'll have a series of breakout sessions on digital transformation, ethical migration, green innovation, and startup development. The career fair ground will be clearly zoned based on the thematic areas I have mentioned. There will also be live vacancies and on-the-spot recruitment opportunities from both local and international companies.
The Ghana Career and Migration Fair continues to serve as a crucial bridge between talent and opportunity.
The Ladade-Kotopon Municipal Assembly has unveiled a 12-year development plan aimed at transforming key sectors such as health, education, infrastructure, and economic activities. President of the Assembly, Alfedios Ni Anyete, says the plan is the result of extensive consultations with community stakeholders and is designed to accommodate population growth and future needs. More in this report.
LADMA has unveiled a decade-long development plan starting next year to enhance infrastructure and economic projects such as schools, polyclinics, and sports facilities. According to the president of LADMA, Alfredos Ni Anyite, the ambitious roadmap will be rolled out in phases over the next decade. With funding from government allocations, internally generated funds, and development partners, LADMA plans to invest in projects ranging from polyclinics and schools to sports facilities and economic hubs.
We took inputs from everybody, went across the municipality to churches, to electoral areas, and we have put all together. So we have the plan that will be implemented within the next 12 years. That's why we call it a long-term plan. So that by the 12 years, everything that we will need as a people, including having the mind that our population will increase, we can meet all those targets.
Alfredos Ni Anyite adds that the initiative focuses on ensuring sustainable access to essential services such as education, healthcare, and infrastructure.
We realize that our population will be increasing, but our land space will not increase that much. In fact, we won't increase at all. So we have to plan ahead and ensure that when our population increases, we have equal access to education, health, and other infrastructure for our people. So we came up with the idea of planning ahead of time so that when the population increases, like it was said, we're able to accommodate everybody. That's why we have the long-term plan launch, so that anybody who occupies the seat or the assembly will follow the same, even after national policies are made, to follow the same path so that we achieve this for the municipality.
Financial economist and associate professor at the University of Ghana Business School, Professor Lord Mensah, speaking at the launch of the Ladade-Kotopon Municipal Assembly's 12-year development plan, stated that clear key performance indicators have been established to ensure the plan transitions from paper to action, with measurable results expected within the next 5 years.
I can tell you that as far as the next 12 years is concerned, I will ensure that all the human resources required to execute this plan is provided. I'm also happy that it is a plan, because they may not want it to remain as a plan just in the print. There are KPIs that are going to guide the execution of the plan. And in the next 5 years, when I'm invited here, I want to see the plan being executed as it's supposed to be in the implementation plan.
With a clear roadmap and multi-sectoral investment strategy, LADMA is positioning Ladade-Kotopon for sustainable growth and improved quality of life for its residents.
And to some other stories, global tech company Yango is optimistic African countries can create a synergy to develop the e-commerce space to grow the continent and create more jobs for the youth. The company, which is seeking to expand its footprints, is aiming to provide more employment for Ghanaians. The following report has more.
Operating in over 600 large cities across 17 countries around the world, the Yango Group is hoping to increase its reach in Ghana to the northern part of the country. This, it believes, will enhance Ghana's e-commerce sector and also create jobs. The company is also planning to leverage government 24-hour economy policy. Speaking to journalists during a visit to the country, Chief Business Officer of Yango Global, Adeniyi Adebayo, described the 24-hour economy policy of government as good initiative that must be adopted by tech companies across the West African sub-region to harmonize economic development.
We take Ghana, for example. The president talked about a 24/7 economy. We do think a 24/7 economy is an absolute must for a city of the 21st century, full stop. Why? Because today, the internet does not shut down. The internet is already a 24/7 economy. And if you want to tap into building and generating growth for your economies, you have to plug in into that 24/7 economy. And we want to be there to power and to support this strategy and the vision and the dream that governments not only in Ghana but across Africa have, because this is a very, very big opportunity for us not only to lift a lot of people out of poverty, but it's also a very huge opportunity to completely transform the way people live and move and eat and socialize and buy and sell in the country.
Mr. Adeniyi also used the opportunity to reward winners of the second edition of the Ghana Hackathon organized by Zindi Africa and powered by Yango Group. He assured that the company will continue to invest in technology and app development in Ghana.
Absolutely, we're looking at it. I am bullish about Tamale. I'm bullish about all the other Takoradi. I really think that if there is an urban center, they need services, and those services include digital services like ours. So definitely we'll be coming back to you with news, and it will actually be very interesting to see what people will vote for. Where do you want to see Yango in Ghana? So let us know. Let us know where you want to see Yango in Ghana. Where else do you want to see Yango in Ghana?
Finally, before we go, the director of the Global Quality Assurance Association, Dr. Violent Mukaka, has called for the abolishment of punishment for students who use artificial intelligence in their academic work. Speaking at the 5th Quality Management Seminar in Kumasi, she stressed that students should not be criticized for turning to AI, but rather be guided on how to use it responsibly. More in this report, and that's our Pat Company. Enjoy the story.
Global Quality Assurance Association Director Dr. Makuku at the workshop explained that the association is a practically oriented organization that focuses on building real-world skills in individuals through workshops, curriculum development, and training programs. She emphasized that education must move beyond outdated practices and adopt new technologies that make learning more effective.
Quality assurance is an enabler, giving the real skills in terms of curriculum. What is it that which should be taught to students in order for them to be relevant? For example, one of the topics which we tackle for 2 reasons is artificial intelligence and ICT-aided workspaces. So we do this because work should be smart. People should work smarter these days so that they do more work without getting tired and not necessarily working hard.
She believes the future belongs to those who know how to use tools like AI and ICT efficiently. She argued that Ghana's current curriculum needs a full review to make it more relevant, transformative, and forward-looking. According to her, entrepreneurial skills, digital literacy, and AI integration are necessary additions to education at all levels.
Banks are sending notices to say we have automated, we are upgrading the system. Every industrial sector is automated in one way or another. So as they teach, we encourage blended learning for the youth to get the skills. As they teach with blended learning, the students are also acquiring ICT skills, particularly AI. So punishing students for using AI is not the right thing to discourage them. In fact, we need to see what they've done with AI so that we help them refine the skills in prompting. We guide them on ethical use. That's what I can say, ethical use. Have they acknowledged that they've used the AI? If they've acknowledged, so our assessment method should change to tailor-make these graduates for the real world of work. Instead of suppressing the use, we need to change our assessment method.
Supporting this vision, Global Quality Assurance Association's brand and marketing manager, Tavonga, explained that the association, founded in 2023, was inspired by Dr. Makuku's passion for ensuring quality in